Hello everybody, welcome back to the James Lawrence Allcott channel. I'm talking slightly quietly and that's because my son is right there right now. He's just had a feed and he's sleeping at the moment. So let's see how long this lasts for. Liverpool, it's funny how it changes. I remember doing a Europa League semi-final reaction to Liverpool and it blowing our mind that they'd done what they'd done in terms of getting past Borussia Dortmund, I think it was at the time. Fast forward a good few years and they are... I mean, it's them and Man City. It really is the two most dominant teams in football. Let me just show you. This is a Champions League semi-final against a Spanish side, and that's the momentum bar. And those are the statistics. 19 shots to 1. No shots on target for the opposition. 73% possession. Absolutely astounding. And we kind of knew it was going to be like this, but I've got to just take a second and suggest that something's happening here. Something is happening here for Liverpool. They blow my mind every time I watch them. Part of me wishes I was a Liverpool fan just to be able to experience something like this. I can't imagine what you guys are going through right now. I'm so jealous. Nearly swore there. Not in front of the boy. It's just unbelievable, really, how dominant they are in every game that they play. Now, look, this game's a little bit different because with the lineups, we knew what Villareal were going to do. We knew that they've had great success with Juventus, Bayern Munich against Manchester United recently in the Europa League final as well, which got them the victory. And we thought that they would sit back deep. They would be compact. They would essentially play 4 centre midfielders, which they kind of did. And this doesn't suggest that in terms of the average positions, but the reason for that was because of the switches and the width that Liverpool played in. As you can see here, if you remember what Villareal had, the aim for Liverpool was to spread those passes. Thiago Silva was doing it, Fabinho was doing it, Henderson was doing it. I really thought it was a real game for Trent, Henderson and Salah in terms of their rotations on that side, because you would have had Coquelin making his way over there, and also Villareal often want to have 2 centre forwards who can break at pace, be it into the channels or that second striker with them, then being able to be in the middle. And that's how they've got past the likes of Bayern Munich and the likes of Juventus in the last couple of rounds. But I did feel like it would come to an end, and I think it has here. I mean, that was utter dominance, and it's one of those where the dam burst, didn't it? Once Henderson got that goal and they got that little bit of luck, that was it, wasn't it? And then that bit of brilliance from Salah. Again, his assists getting really slept on, I think, recently. No one will talk about that. They'll talk about... No one will talk about that, will they? They won't talk about Salah's unbelievable little nutmeg through to Mane. They'll probably focus on Mane and the goals. But it's the people that don't really get the plaudits because it's not about the assists often. We're focusing on who scored the goals, but the work rate of Henderson, the work rate of that midfield. Fabinho, let me show you this. It's absolutely ridiculous. 5 interceptions from Thiago in this game, but Fabinho, 4 interceptions, 3 tackles as well. Absolutely imperious in midfield. And that was it. When it comes to Villareal, what they have been really, really good at is Capoue and Parejo have been really, really press-proof against quite difficult opposition, in terms of Bayern Munich in particular. And if you look at the goals that got them through, in the 1-1 draw against Bayern Munich, there was a moment where Parejo had three players around him, was able to be press-proof. Lo Celso was able to find who was playing out to in. They then go on the break, and you've got 2 guys further up the pitch. And that just wasn't possible in a game like this, because Liverpool just absolutely, just undeniably dominant. You know, look at the passes in this game. 737 passes for Liverpool, 272 for Villareal. They really, really did struggle. And it's, again, when we look at the heat maps, say Parejo, just caught and trapped in that area. They're never getting on the ball past the halfway line, to be honest. And that said a lot, because he's a really crucial player for them in terms of the sort of secondary chances that he makes, you know, the pass before the pass. And they were just never able to do it because they were completely suffocated by this midfield, who got around the pitch and showed real patience, because there was going to be that block there of 2-4s. They basically played within the width of the 18-yard box for the bulk of it, and I did think that it was going to come down to a quality cross and a header, and I tweeted saying, Divock, get warmed up, because it felt like it was a game where they might need him. In the end, as I say, that damn burst with Henderson and that cross on that right-hand side, him even being out there just highlights that rotation, him being able to get out there and put that cross in. Crucial player in terms of driving forward this club. And it turned into a training game. Champions League semi-final. And it's that kind of dominance that it makes it felt. It was just, there was no doubt who was going to win the game. It was just if they would get that goal. Hang in there, buddy. Final thing to ask you guys, and I'm going to keep this brief, of course, is something is happening here, isn't it? And I made a joke on a podcast the other day talking about how it's never been easier to do the quadruple. The fact is, the quadruple has never been done. Ever. And they become the greatest. And I don't think you could ever question it in any way, shape or form. And for me, it's not a case of them not doing it almost. It will be a case of them being stopped, and being stopped by another one of the greats. But when you watch these two men, the Man City and Liverpool teams, it is getting to that level where it's, Bird and Johnson. It's that level of rivalry. It's Federer and Nadal. Like, I think someone described it brilliantly in one of the comments on the podcast recently. It is very much like Federer and Nadal because you have that respect between the two. And I think when it comes down to quality, that has to be the Champions League final, in my opinion. And Liverpool could do it because it's not about... They're unstoppable, insatiable, relentless, ruthless, clinical, just unbound by any kind of sort of tiredness whilst playing at this really, really hectic level. It's frightening. And it's almost sort of thank God they've got each other, because it would be really boring, because these two teams would probably dominate so much more if they didn't have each other. But forget Man City for tonight. And I think what we can say is that, this is a very tough nut to crack in Villareal, and they have cracked it. Espinyan, I thought, was really good for Villareal. I thought Juan Foyth really stuck to task pretty well as well. And actually, do you know, I thought Raul Albiol, as a 36-year-old, now look, they play a very clear system which kind of allows him to survive in there, but he was colossal. He was absolutely colossal. So there you have it, guys. Those are my quick thoughts, calm thoughts. I'm doing my magic voice. I don't know if you know what that radio is. It's a radio station where they play smooth music. And so I hope you like this voice. Let me know how you feel about the voice. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And are they going to do the quadruple? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you soon.